dum. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dum. Yai dai dai. Ay yai dai dai dai. Yada dai 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 dum. Yada dai 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 dum. Yada dai 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 yada dai 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 dum. Yada dai dai cup. Yai dum. Oh yai dai. Ay yai dai dai dum. Yabba ba yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai 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 dum, yai dai dai dai, I, yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yada dai 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 dum, yada. Boker Tov, good morning. It is hard to believe that we're here at another Shabbat without the freedom for our captive hostages, families. It's hard to believe that we're going into Pesach in a time where things might, only a miracle could bring better. And yet, the struggle that is now beginning with Iran is quite frightening. And so, in the wisdom of my 3-year-old son, he was practicing his songs on his own. He was just singing them. I said, "What are you singing? Let me hear that again. Let me hear that again." And so he was singing his song for his Passover show today, one of the songs. And the last line of that song is, "And we won't give up." And I thought, I mean, he didn't write the song, but he said, "Did you hear that, Ima? We won't give up." And I said, "Yes, that's the most important part." And he said, "Yeah, until we are free." And so clearly they've been Passovering in school, and he's learning about it, and he's not attaching it to what's happening in our homeland, but he gets it, whether it's just simply because he's been told it. There's some things that we take for face value, and there's some things that we need to dive deeper, and there's some things that barely scratch the surface, but we have such a profound connection to it. And those are words, "Let my people go," are words that we have said for centuries. At every Pesach Seder, we've also been told or been instructed to say, "Once we were slaves and now we are free." And the struggle with the word freedom, for freedom means so many different things to all of us. Freedom is something that could have global meaning and individual meaning all at the same time. Our own personal freedoms, often taken for granted, are a place where we set a marker for ourselves. But when it comes to things outside ourselves, freedom takes on a whole new meaning. And so sometimes we have our own opinion on what freedom looks like, and other times freedom means whatever it means for you, okay, it means for me. But in a time of freedom, in these moments, from bring them home to let them go, and let them go unconditionally, not with the parameters put upon them, us, the nation, but unconditionally. In whatever way they are, just let them go without all of these excuses. And I'm not sure about you, but people are talking about what Pesach looks like, and perhaps this is the saddest Pesach that we've had. Saddest for countless reasons, but specifically for the lack of freedom of just being Jews, just being who we want to be. the hatred in the world, the hatred for our people, the land that is under this constant attack, ridicule, judgment. Another Shabbat comes. This Shabbat of lifting up. The Shabbat of lifting up means to lift up the strength that we have, even when it's this tiny little bit. To lift it up and say, we will continue to work towards advocacy, towards simply educating those that are ignorant, those that don't give any marginal, any iota of a thought about what's going on in the world because it doesn't directly affect them. It's been said, why wear the tape? Why wear the tape? Why talk about the hostages? Why repost the things? Hirsch's mom did a video on Instagram. I'm sure it was on other platforms, but that's where I saw it. Is to say, if it was your child, if it was your sister, your brother, your grandchild, your loved one, your friend, your husband, your wife, your partner, would you stop just simply because everyone else stops? And of course, the answer is no. And so we have to continue to talk about it, to talk about them. At our Pesach Seders, perhaps we might be at tables with people of varying opinions. It's probable. It's not only possible, but I'm going to guess that there will be at least somebody sitting at your Seder table that doesn't agree exactly 100% with what you feel in your heart. And the reminder is to continue to speak in a way that is true to you. You can agree to disagree. Absolutely. You can listen to the other person, and you might be thinking, no, they don't know what they're talking about, or I don't agree with them. But let us remind ourselves as we go into this Shabbat and go forward into Pesach that there is something about listening. Something about listening to the voice of another that gives us the right to also be heard. So often we have our own opinions and we have our own agenda and we're, diarrhea of the mouth and this is the way it is. And no one's listening because they don't want to hear your story. But something tells me, and through experience, when we let someone else speak, the chances of them listening when it's your turn to speak is greater. So uncomfortable conversations are okay. Conversations, listening, talking, speaking out is part of the way our people do it, right? We tell the story, Magid. We tell the story over and over and over of each holiday, of each experience through Jewish history. Only one, to not forget it. Two, to enlighten others that may not know it. To remind the ones that do but may have forgot some details, but also to hope for a time when these things don't repeat themselves. That's our hope for this Pesach Seder. Not only to get our captive home reunited with their families, no matter their condition, but also to come to a place where we can remember a story of freedom, of exodus, place of peoplehood and togetherness. There are lots of announcements. Let's see if I can remember all of them. A little sleep deprived, and I'm heading off to Ellis's Passover show. But here they are. Tonight we'll be together at 7:30. I'm solo parenting. Andrea is not feeling so well, so we're gonna make it work to the best of our ability. Tomorrow 9:30, and then Monday we'll have our regular prayer connection. Monday night, hopefully you will be at Seder's all around in your homes and other homes, whatever that is, with the grandchildren, with the family, with the people that you like and maybe don't like. Tuesday night, at 6:30 will be our community Seder for anybody that is looking for a Zoom Seder to be part of. That will go out in your newsletter today, so look forward to that with two Haggadah options for those that are needing something. Even if you're only by yourself, you can at least feel and be part of it. And then 9:30, starting Tuesday night, we will be together each and every night for Omer counting. So let's work on our own spirituality. Let's dive deeper. Let's reconnect. Let's be ready to receive Torah. Let us pray for miracles that, God, we only hope that can happen. And let's remember that we are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. Know that you are loved. Feel that you are loved. And let's send our love out into the world. Have a great day, everybody. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai.